She is married to Gramps and welcomes losers and champs. First Lady and Home Healthcare Aide-in-Chief Jill Biden was at the American Airlines Center in Dallas Sunday night when the LSU women's basketball team won the national championship. Not to worry, Joe was safely tethered to a tree in the Rose Garden. But then on Monday, things got really interesting when Jill suggested that both the winners and the losers should get an invite to the White House. Roll tape.
So congratulations to both teams. So I know we'll have the champions come to the White House. We always do. So, you know, we'll have LSU come. But you know what? I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too, because they played such a good game.
Come on, Jill. The White House is no place for ladies who finish second. But look at it on the bright side. At least none of the women's champs is a dude. For her part, Dr. Jill did end up walking back the idea. But I guess in the woke liberal world of the Bidens, everyone's a winner.
We are all champions, my friend. And everyone gets a participation trophy in the end. We are all champions, according to Jill Biden. Plenty of time for losers, 'cause we are all champions. I'm gonna hurt.
Now, Kat, I'm going to go right in with you on this.
Yeah.
Isn't it a little fascinating that Jill will invite 2 entire women's basketball teams, but she won't invite one Hunter stripper baby? Oh, yeah, I did it. Anyway, I did. I went right there. Go ahead.
That was important to you.
It mattered.
Yeah. I would actually be super mad if I was on either team.
Right?
Because you're telling them, like, oh, you played a good game too. That's so patronizing. When I don't do a good job at something, I know it. And when I'm complaining about how I hate myself and I wish I didn't blow it and I suck, let me just do that. Don't be like, oh no, you did a great try. Like, I'm an adult woman, and these are all adult women. So don't pretend like, oh, you still played a great game. Well, they wanted the game that would be the one where they won.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that. So you're not making them feel any better.
No, I think it's insulting. But let me build on this, Morgan. Is it possible she's actually doing this to help Joe and prepare him for losing in 2024?
If he even runs, he hasn't announced that he's running yet. I kind of agree with Kat, like the participation trophy thing. My dad never let me get away with this when we were kids. We played softball, and my twin sister and I were really bad at it. And if we like did poorly or we lost, he was like, "Yeah, you guys sucked." And so like maybe that explains a lot about me now. I also am wondering if there's anyone in this administration that doesn't ramble incoherently when they speak on the national stage. Like, somebody's got to have it together.
It is a mess. But your dad was better than mine. When we lost in Little League, he was like, I lost money on this. You know? Call yourself a T-ball team. Guy, do you expect better than this, though, from a highly educated doctor like Jill Biden?
Yep. Medical doctor.
Yeah.
I think the only people who would want Iowa to be at the White House for that ceremony less than LSU is Iowa. Right. I don't think they would want to be there. It would be humiliating to have a pat on the head as the runners-up and we're all winners here. They would never do that with men in men's sports.
Yep.
That's so true.
Because they've never done
That's
it.
a good point.
And so I think Iowa wants no part of it. And if the Iowa Hawkeyes want to guarantee that they are not invited to the Biden White House, they should claim the game was rigged and that they're the actual champions. No chance.
Wow. That's Iowa and Coach Carrie Lake. Is that what you're telling me? Carrie, we love you. Is this secretly Joe Biden's doing because he wants 2 heads of women's hair to snip?
I think you're all being really unfair here because you're talking like Iowa was the losers but Iowa identifies as the winners of the tournament. And so they have every right to be there, Jimmy. You need to be more inclusive.
Shame on you.
Come on.
Kat, where would you rather go right now, honestly? The White House or Waffle House?
Oh, I mean, I'd get more attention if I went to the White House.
Well,
but where would I have a better time? Probably Waffle House.
Probably Waffle House. Well, if we went to the White House, we'd get more attention from security.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we went to Waffle House, we'd get, attention from our fans, our people, But as a sports guy, this is the part that I keep coming back to, okay? You're a sports fan, I'm a sports fan. We are cheapening the value of personal responsibility when we erode merit from sports, because kids learn merit through that crushing sense of defeat. So if you take it away from them then, it's not a wonder they'll grow up to want their student loans forgiven or anything else, don't you think? So
yeah, like earning something is the best way to feel good about yourself. People want to make a contribution. If you come up second and somebody says, well, that's just as good as you are, so why don't you come to the White House? What are you going to walk away feeling like? I'm a second place kind of person. I think Guy nailed it.
It would be like calling Jimmy Kimmel the king of late night, right? It's just not right.
That's pandering.
It's just not right.
That's just pandering.
Spot on. Because if we're being honest, Jimmy Kimmel has become the Prince Harry of late night,
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.